If you're a combat sports gym owner, Muay Thai, MMA or BJJ, and you're floating somewhere between 200 and 300 members, this video is for you. And if you're under that right now, pay attention because this is the preparation most gym owners skip, and it's the reason they burn out later. And if you're over 300 members, definitely watch this video, as you'll definitely pick up ways to improve profits. I grew my own Muay Thai and BJJ gym to 750 members, and I'm telling you straight, it was the biggest mistake I ever made. Today, I don't sell the bigger is better dream. I sell what I call the sweet spot model, around 250 to 300 members. And in this video, I'll explain exactly why more members destroyed my business and why staying under 300 is the smartest move a combat sport gym owner can make. Up to 150 members, you're not building a business, you're just surviving. You're the coach, you're the cleaner, you're the salesperson. You're the admin, you're replying to messages at night, doing programming between classes, and stressing about every rent every single month. There's no space to think, no time to work on the business, only time to react inside of it. Your stress is high, your income is inconsistent, and the gym only works because you're holding it together. That's not failure, that's normal. Around 150 to 200 members, something shifts. You've plugged in marketing, you understand the power of social media, and you have some of your fighters helping in class. You start believing this actually works. The product is solid, I'm good at this. People from the gym start telling you, you need a bigger gym, you're smashing it. Imagine if you doubled this. Momentum feels intoxicating and confidence is super high. And this is where most gym owners make their first dangerous assumption. They assume the model that got them from here will scale forever. It won't. Above 200 members, everything changes. This is the danger zone. Classes fill up, attendance becomes unpredictable, admin cracks start showing, staff pressure increases, and quality becomes inconsistent. And here's the truth most gym owners don't see coming. The model that worked 100 members breaks at 200. And the model that worked at 200 members breaks at 300. If you don't change strategy here, you don't just burn out. The business dies. This is the point where growth without structure turns into chaos disguised as success. Here's where the story usually goes wrong. Once you push past 300 members, you don't just gain members, you gain complexity. You need more coaches, more admin, more systems, more staff cover, and more management layers. Your wage bill explodes, your margins shrink, and your stress keeps increasing. From the outside, it looks successful. From the inside, it's fragile. Once you start growing past 3, 4, even 500 members, the biggest issue isn't workload, it's this. You become replaceable. Members don't know you. Coaches become the brand. And when a coach leaves, members leave with them. And I've seen this happen so many times. At that point, you're no different to all the other gyms out there that are just churning through numbers. Because commercial gyms survive on volume. Combat sports gyms, we survive on connection, standards, and a buy-in. Let's talk reality. I would take 300 members paying $60 over 600 members paying $30 every single time. Same headline revenue, but here's what most people miss. At 300 members, you're not just charging more for membership. You're building more revenue per member. That's a very important term, revenue per member. That means fewer staff required, less admin, less wear and tear on the facility, less emotional load, and less chaos, which means far higher profit. Because when the gym isn't overcrowded, you can actually deliver personal training, small group training, specialist programs, merchant equipment, kids program, advanced squats, elite fight teams, and a full instructor's training course. That's revenue depth, not volume. And this is why premium works. Higher buy-in equals higher retention, which creates a better experience. When someone pays more per member, they increase your revenue across not only memberships, but PT, stock, equipment, and programs. They show up differently. They don't skip sessions as easy, they respect the coaches more, they value the environment, and they commit to the process. That's what buy-in really means. Not just more money, not just more memberships, but emotional commitment. And when buy-in per member is high, attendance improves, effort improves, coach and member relationships improve, and your culture tightens, which leads to higher retention. When retention is high, the experience improves for everyone, including your coaches. One mistake gym owners misunderstand. High price plus cancellations does not automatically mean failure. When you raise prices, some people will leave. That usually means they weren't the right fit. They didn't value training at that level. They wanted cheap access, not commitment. That's not a product issue, that's a demographic issue. And demographic cancellations is healthy because the people who stay train more consistently, respect the rules, fit the culture, buy PTM programs, refer better members, come to the fight shows, support the team. The gym becomes calmer, tighter, and more professional. Here's the big reframe you need to understand. The goal isn't zero cancellations. The goal is controlled cancellations. You don't want everyone. You want the right 250 to 300 people who train consistently, invest in coaching, and contribute to your culture. That's how you protect your energy, your staff's energy, your culture, and your profit grows. Price increases don't kill good gyms, they filter them. Next, we need to talk about why staffing breaks big gyms. Staffing is the silent killer of large combat sports gyms. This industry doesn't scale like a factory. Great coaches leave to start their own gyms. Average coaches, lower standards. Elite coaches are rare and expensive. Trying to find the good fight coach, which understands the way you coach, is good with people, and respects you and your community is very rare. If your margins can't support elite level staff properly, growth will break you. That's why scale looks good on Instagram and feels awful behind the scenes. This is why many of the 500 member gyms you know, some of the largest in Australia, have quietly worked with me to reduce member numbers while increasing revenue per member and overall profit. Also, creating a solid staffing team where the whole business doesn't rely on them. This isn't because they failed, but because they finally understood the math and the emotional cost of scale. Here's what sustainable growth actually looks like in a combat sports gym. Not theory, but real-world execution. A member cap of 300 members isn't about limiting success. It's about protecting quality. At 250 to 300 members, coaches still know members' names. Classes stay effective. Culture stays tight. You stay involved, you're not burning out. Once you go past this, quality doesn't increase, complexity does. Capping numbers forces you to grow smarter, not bigger. I'll explain in the next 6 steps how you can achieve this. Number 1, increasing pricing as demand rises. If your classes are full, sessions are a wait list, and peak times feels congested, that's not a space problem. You don't need a bigger gym. That's the market telling you you're underpriced. The mistake most gym owners make is trying to squeeze in more people or add more classes. The smartest move is to increase pricing, slow demand slightly, protect quality, and make sure the people training actually value being there. Packed classes without price movement doesn't mean success, it just means pressure. Number 2, increase pricing to protect your coaches. When coaches start burning out, disengaging, or dropping standards, it's rarely because they don't care. It's because the gym doesn't have the margins to support them properly. Hiring more average coaches doesn't fix this. Increasing prices does. Higher prices allow you to pay coaches better, retain your best people, and keep coaching standards high without constant stress. It allows you to make them part-time or even full-time. Provide your team with the opportunities to build careers in the sport and gym they love. Number 3, increasing pricing to improve attendance and buy-in. If you're constantly chasing attendance, dealing with inconsistent training habits, and managing people who barely show up, that's not an admin problem, that's a commitment problem. Low prices create low buy-in. Low buy-in creates admin chaos. Increasing prices raises the emotional investment of members, improves attendance, and simplifies everything behind the scenes. Number 4, increasing pricing to grow revenue without growing workload. If the gym is busy, you're exhausted, and the numbers don't reflect the effort you're putting in, you don't need more members. You need more revenue per member. Chasing volume increases stress. Increasing pricing increases control. Same hours, same space, better profit. Number 5, increasing pricing to filter through your culture. A price rise will always cause some people to leave, and that's not failure. That's the filter working. The members who leave overpriced were never deeply invested in the culture. The ones who actually stay train a lot more, respect the environment, and contribute positively to the gym. Raising prices doesn't weaken culture, it refines it. And finally, number 6, increase pricing to remove the ceiling without scaling. If you're sitting around 250 to 300 members and you're feeling constant pressure, understand this. You don't have a growth ceiling, you have a price ceiling. Breaking through that isn't about 400 or 500 members. It's about increasing pricing and letting demand regulate itself. More members creates more noise. More revenue creates stability. So if there's one thing you would take away from this video, it's that growth isn't about how many people you can fit inside your gym or how big of a gym you can go ahead and get. It's about how well the gym runs without breaking you. More members doesn't automatically mean success. More members often means more stress, more staff issues, more admin, and less control. The gyms that last aren't the biggest ones. They're the ones with the clearest standards, the strongest culture, and the healthiest margins. Staying under 300 members isn't playing small, it's playing smart. It gives you leverage. It gives your coaches careers, not burnout. It gives your members a real experience, not overcrowded classes. And it gives you a business that actually supports your life instead of consuming it. I've lived both sides of this. I chased scales, I chased numbers, and I paid for it. This model, the 250 to 300 member sweet spot, is what I wish I had understood earlier, and it's what I teach all my coaching clients. Because the goal was never to build the biggest gym in town. The goal was to build a gym that lasts, makes money, and still feels like your gym. If this made you rethink how you're growing, then it's did its job. Drop me a DM, get in touch, and we can have a chat.